Hello, and welcome to the incredibly influential and highly successful podcast. I am your host, Danny Eden, highly successful.
And I am your host, Maxwell Foster, and I am highly successful.
Yes, this is a special episode because Kale is not here today. Kale had to go out of town. I'm sure he'll talk about it on the next episode, and maybe he probably already talked about it on the previous episode, but it's going to be us two for today. So, Max, you got any news for us?
Any news?
Any news? Any exciting things? Either in your life or that you've been into.
Well, summer is ending.
Yes, it has. Yes, it is.
It has. Probably when people hear this, it has.
Yes. You're not going back to school because you just graduated, but I am going back to school. What are you doing after summer?
I'm teaching, so I am going
Teaching.
back to
Oh,
school.
so you are going back to school.
Yeah.
Are you like full-fledged teacher or like what exactly are you?
No, I'm gonna be an apprentice or a student teacher to a host, and then I'm gonna learn the ropes of how to teach, and then after that, I should become a teacher myself, which is exciting.
So as like an apprentice, are you more watching or are you kind of like leading it more and they're kind of just helping you guide it a little bit? How does that work?
To my knowledge, it's still their classroom,
Okay,
so
yeah.
they're gonna.
So okay.
A
So
lot of
you're
that
gonna
would be a issue.
so you're gonna be helping and you're gonna be like, you know, learning, I guess, like on the job, like what to do type of thing, right?
Yeah, I should also be able to lead parts of the lessons in the day, which will be exciting.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll get your moment to shine. I'm not sure if I ever told you. I think I might have mentioned it in the past that I did like a tutor job that was like in the teaching field, right?
Yeah,
Um, I did it more because uh, it was a very good opportunity for me, like as a student, because it was offered mostly to people, uh, you know, in school, going to college, right? But not necessarily only for like teaching majors, right?
I see.
I feel like I really enjoyed it. I would say it's probably the job that was the most fulfilling job that I had. Uh, Definitely, I felt a lot more like appreciated there, from the students and from, the people who hired me, right? But for that position, I was, the way it worked was that us students, us like tutors, I guess you could call us, right? We're the ones that like led it. And then we had like a supervisor teacher who was there more to kind of help us, kind of guide it a little bit, as
Yeah,
well as kind of help with the more problematic students because it was like elementary, right? Elementary has a couple discipline stuff and every now and then. But it was really really fun, and I'm sure you're probably gonna like it even more than I did because you're actually wanting to do that.
yeah, but I like that story you shared. It's nice to know that you enjoyed the experience as well, because
Well,
it's
yeah,
it's very
like
important. Gotta help kids. There's so many kids in the world that need help and need teaching, and education is such an important and valuable asset to all of us. Just like how you're going back to school, so
yeah. I'm excited to go back to school. I'm excited for you to, get your own stories about it. I'm sure your experience will be slightly different than mine because mine was more of like like an after school kind of program at the elementary school. I'm assuming you're gonna be doing like the full 8 hours with different classes and stuff, right?
Yeah, I should be. That's
Yeah,
right.
so it'll be little different, but it should still be pretty interesting. Uh, yeah, because for me, I actually got hired on as uh, my title was tutor, so I thought I was gonna do more like tutoring. But the position was more like an after school kind of extracurricular coordinator, I would say. So like
Hmm.
part of it was tutoring, part of it was teaching them curriculum that they would give us. Because it was elementary school, we also had like, recess and snacks and all that as well. Uh, but the part, yeah, like I really enjoyed a little bit of all of it, right? Because it was like it was very STEM focused, which is also that's like my major is STEM, so that part I really enjoyed.
Nice.
Uh, and I even got to make my own curriculum for I think one of the weeks. Actually, it might have been two of the weeks, because the organization that hired me, I guess, was struggling with curriculum. So I was like, hey, me and my friend who was also working with me, we can make the curriculum. So we put together a curriculum, got all the materials for like a little project. It was real fun. It was real good.
That's awesome. That's a really cool program that you found.
Yeah, I like I said, like out of all the jobs that I've had, definitely the one that was most fulfilling, right? I felt like I really enjoyed what I was doing there. I felt really appreciated. I felt really acknowledged, and because it was a very small, group of people, you always kind of usually in small groups like that, you always feel a little bit more important. Versus, me right now, going back to like my warehouse jobs, like they pay a lot better than like a part-time job, obviously, but definitely not as fulfilling. So I guess it's a little bit of a trade-off, right?
Yeah, I like that I get paid. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, see, I'm assuming you're gonna get paid more than I did, and you have a lot more hours than I did as well. So it should be a little bit better for you.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely excited to find some more jobs that are gonna be like towards my major. Hopefully by like next summer, I can have like internships and stuff like that lined up, so I can finally get out of this working at Amazon and warehouses and all that.
Yeah. Amazon is no good. No worker protections.
Well, for me, like part of it is it's just like not very fulfilling.
Right.
Um, because sure, I could just work at Amazon. Yeah, they pay decently, They don't pay like the most, but they pay decently, especially compared to like retail and fast food, right? Uh, Everybody's Amazon story is a little different though. And I definitely have had some bad experiences and some good experiences with Amazon, but it's very, very easy to kind of just work at Amazon, get your money, and that's it, right? But
Yeah.
long
It's
term,
like a
that's not.
design.
Yeah, but long term, that's not very fulfilling for me. For some people, that's perfect for them. That's all they need. That and if that's you, then you'd probably enjoy it a lot more than I do. But for me, I kind of am just thinking, this is just what I got to do for right now. But later on, I have bigger dreams, bigger ones. So hopefully, with school and with maybe some career fairs and maybe my own little like projects and research like on the side, I can kind of move towards my goal of doing something more fulfilling, more challenging, and hopefully something that pays a little bit more too at one point, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's good to be ambitious. Definitely have bigger goals than Amazon warehouse.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, I like I like your optimism for the future. It sounds exciting.
Yes, I'm saying it all right now. I'm trying to manifest it into the into the future. It is a lot easier to say than it is to do. So I hope that I don't have as much trouble actually, going out there and doing all these things that I want to do, right?
Yeah,
Um,
just keep some, hold on to some good habits and focus on, like, I think my biggest takeaway from graduating is just not planning out my time well enough to maximize all the studying that I should have been doing in the school year. So I would definitely say make time for that and you will be rewarded.
yeah, yeah, because I actually have been trying to kind of plan for that a little bit, right? I've been trying to what I'm gonna do, right, is I'm gonna submit my request. I think I might have already submitted it, but I'm gonna double check, see if I need to resubmit it or what's happening with that. My schedule change for Amazon, because I'm working full time at Amazon right now, but my schedule kind of conflicts with the schedule I am going to have for one of my in-person classes. Now, I don't know how much Amazon does for accommodating, but I'm hoping that I can do for 30 hours instead of 40 hours. So I guess we'll see, right? Uh, so here's hoping. And I I chose this semester to do a lot more of my basics, so I can try to get them out of the way still. I am taking one class this semester that's actually towards my major though. So I'm really excited for that one because that one should be the first one that kind of like I can get really into, right? Because that one's finally not going to be basics for once.
Hmm.
So it's really really exciting, and I'm trying. I should be. I was talking to my grandmother a little bit about it, right? About
Yeah.
starting to do some like counseling or therapy for some of the other things that I need to work on, and some of the other things I need to kind of work through.
Right.
So hopefully that'll also kind of just add to the self improvement, moving forward type of thing, right?
Yeah, no, I think that's always good. Just focus on every area that you can improve. And you recently had a birthday, isn't that right?
Yes, I was gonna get to that. This is a really it's really fortunate that this happened during this particular episode too, right? Because this particular episode, I was a little worried we were going to struggle to kind of like find things to talk about, but that's one big thing that happened for me recently is my birthday was actually yesterday at the time of recording this. August
Yeah.
15th was my birthday. I just turned 24, which is very exciting. I went out. Well, I can kind of tell you what happened a little bit if we want to just kind of move
Yeah.
on to this part of the
Enlighten us. Enlighten us.
conversation, right? So, my sleep schedule's not been super great these last couple weeks, but I kind of woke up extra early on my birthday just by pure chance at this point, right?
Hmm.
And I got a gift from my brother. He got me a cap. Uh, my brother is like a big cap person. I've always wanted to get into cap, so he kind of was like, "Hey, I know you wanted a cap, so I have a nice little cap." Uh, my brother's girlfriend got me some stuff. My other brother, my like adopted brother over here, got me some stuff. So it was really nice. But uh, the part that I enjoyed the most was that we all went out to eat. It was me, my brother, my brother's girlfriend. My adopted brother was unable to make it, but my aunt came. So it was like
That's
us four,
nice.
right? And we went out to hibachi, which the the last time I went to hibachi was my birthday 2 years ago, right? In 2022. So it was really exciting to go to hibachi again, and it was so good. I'm not sure if you've had hibachi before, Max, but it's so good, so good.
Yeah, I've had it before. I love it.
Yeah,
Glad
we
you enjoyed
had. Yeah, I had like the filet mignon and lobster tail. All right. I had the filet mignon and lobster tail. We had the little volcano. The, what is it? Onion volcano. We had all the fancy things that happen. And then my brother's girlfriend. I guess kind of told the waiter real sneakily that it was my birthday, and then
it. Nice.
they got my age wrong. Funny enough, I guess they must have misheard her or misheard me because they were like, "How old are you turning?" And I said 24, and they said, "Happy 21st." So I was like, "Ah, yes, 21, 21 again. That's a good age, though, right? Good,
Yeah,
you know."
I mean, 24 is great. I think that's exciting. I'm 23 now, and there's a. It's just a very things always change, and we always grow, and it's good to have like some form of marker to recognize that we have grown.
Yeah, like this year,
Yes,
to the people listening and to you too, I'm not sure how much you've listened to or how much you know about the situation, right? But it's been a little bit of a tough year towards the beginning, and my family has kind of gotten a lot closer because of it, right?
right.
So, you know, with my birthday and with a lot of like the family events that we're having this year, I feel a lot closer to my family than I have in like a long time, which I really, really appreciate. I really, really enjoy
Yeah,
because there was a long period of time for the last couple of years where my family got a little separated or a little more distant. I wouldn't say that I didn't see them ever, but whenever I did see them, it didn't feel as close as it used to. You know,
right. Well,
so
that's
I'm
nice.
glad.
It's good to
Yeah, yeah, I'm glad.
commemorate those things.
Yeah, I'm glad that despite all the hardships that we've had this year and in the past couple years as well, that this is like I feel like at least for me, I don't know about them. At least for me, it feels a lot closer, right?
Right.
Uh, and we're actually gonna have another party. Um, Not this weekend, but next weekend, the 24th, for my birthday as well as for my adopted brother's birthday. Because uh, it's actually really funny, right? We usually always share our birthdays because his birthday is the day after mine. So his birthday's actually today.
Ah, happy birthday
uh,
to your
Happy
adopted
birthday to
brother.
him. Exactly. Yeah, we're actually going to go to a little party later on for him today with his friends. But we're going to have like a family party with both of us together the 24th. So lots of little events, lots of fun times. We're going to go to the pool. We're going to have fun. We're going to have drinks. We're gonna have music. It's gonna be exciting, right? Good times all around. And I'm very excited to see what other gifts I have because I'm assuming that a lot of people are probably just gonna wait until the party to give me my gift. Like I
Yeah,
said, I got a couple yesterday, but the rest are probably gonna be then.
awesome. That sounds
I'm
like a lot of
excited.
fun. Yes. Got to hear how that party is next episode.
It
How it went.
probably I don't know if it's gonna be next episode. It might be the episode afterwards because it's about a week and a half away from now. So maybe episode after the next one. The next episode, I believe Kale should be back. So hopefully, he listens to this. That way, he can be all caught up with the happenings, right?
Right. Hopefully.
Yeah, but it's been very eventful for me recently. Any more updates for you right now?
Well, I've moved. I found a new place to live. So I have like this new room that I've been here for less than 2 weeks, I think, which is crazy.
So where are you living now? Because you and me, I feel like we haven't really had a as much time to like talk like in a
Uh,
conversational manner, as
as
like
much
me
as
and Kale have, right?
right, I would say the same. Well, Danny, uh, to catch you up to speed, I moved to Baltimore to pursue a master's in elementary and special education. And I've completed the first post grad semester of like my first ever over the summer. I found a new place to live because I'll be spending 4 years here, uh, part partly getting the master's and partly just teaching in the public schools. And I have a new roommate. I have my own space. I've got a deck, which is really cool. Um, I've been coming in and out of the city more, just kind of feeling out my new freedom, being
So
no longer
where
an undergrad.
where did you move from? You said you moved to Baltimore, but where did you come from?
Well, I mean, I was going to college in Binghamton, New York, for quite a while, like 4 years.
Okay, so like your undergrad was in New York,
Yes,
and that's where did you move there for college, or does that just happen to be where you lived?
just for college.
Okay, so where were you before then? It sounds like you've been.
Well, I was in, I mean, like, I'm originally from New York City, so I'm from like an urban community, and I just moved to another one in Baltimore. So it,
Mm,
yeah,
okay.
but it's a whole different kind of place. Everything is more spaced out. It's less crowded. That's a quite a stark contrast, and it's very nice. I get overwhelmed a lot, so having having a new space where I'm not too far away from everything, but nothing feels too close strikes a perfect balance for my life.
Yeah, it sounds like the perfect deal. I'm wanting that for myself. At one point, kind of just a new
Oh,
scene, new change of
oh,
scenery,
sounds like
right?
Danny cut out. Uh
Uh,
oh,
I've
Danny, come
been
back.
working on it like on and off
Danny,
this last
no.
year, trying to get everything together, but we've had a couple roadblocks,
We
so
we
it's still in
we missed
progress.
we missed all of that. Your sound cut out like
Oh,
right up until you talked about roadblocks.
okay. Okay, yeah. So I'll just kind of repeat it. It wasn't that long. I just wanted to say I've been trying to get myself and my brother and brother's girlfriend all together to move out, right? And we've been working on it on and off. We've been buying furniture. We have a storage unit. We've been packing things here and there. My brother has gotten, his car stuff all settled, and now he is looking for jobs. My brother's girlfriend, she's all set. She's all good. For me, I have Amazon, and then so that's good. But I've recently started having car problems, so now that's also an issue, right?
I see.
Uh, so I feel like there's a lot of things that need to be done before we can be 100% ready to like move out. But we're still making like progress little by little towards it, right? Ideally, I would like to, in the next couple of months, have a little bit more of an idea of like when we'll be ready to move out, right? Instead of it just being like, okay, one day, right?
Yeah, you
Uh,
want like a an expectation.
yeah, because right now, like, it's not something that I'm rushing too much because I have the car thing. But if I can figure out the car thing, in the next month or so, hopefully, then I can try to push myself and push them a little bit more to actually kind of getting the exact day figured out, or at least a kind of more of a time frame.
Right.
Because I did say I wanted to move out this year. I said I wanted to move out by July, was what I said. But obviously, towards the beginning of the year, we had a couple roadblocks. So I was like, okay, we'll kind of see how it goes. We're not gonna think about it too much, have any expectations, you know. But now I feel like it's gotten to the point of the year where it's like I don't want to wait too long as well, right? You want to give it time, but not too much time.
Yeah, of course. I mean, but time has passed, and I think uh, you're probably now more ready to move out than you were before.
Yeah, like, well, mentally, I'm so ready to move out, you know. Physically, I still got a couple things I need to pick up here and there. But I think I've decided that a lot of what I have in this house, in this room, uh, is going to stay here. Like as pretty much like what I'm saying is like the furniture as well. I'm struggling to find the words, but
Okay.
what I'm saying is that I want to buy new furniture. So a
Mm.
lot of the furniture is gonna stay here, right? Like I might keep like some things, but the desk is gonna stay, the dresser, the nightstand, that's gonna stay. Because whenever I was decorating this room, whenever I was a lot younger, whenever my mom was kind of helping me out with that, right? She was like, "What do you want?" I didn't have like the foresight to think, okay, well, it's a small room, I need to kind of plan for that. So I got myself like a bed that's a little bit bigger and a desk that's a little bit bigger than maybe I should have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So it
get
feels
that.
feels very cramped. So I don't want to bring this furniture into my new apartment and have like the same problem again. So I've been trying to buy furniture that's either a little bit smaller in terms of like how much space it's going to take up, or not buy furniture until I know what I'm working with, you know?
Yeah, I get it. So you're kind of just like on the fence right now until you find a place. But that's your
Yeah. Yeah, I like during Prime Day last month, I did buy myself a desk, but it's a little bit smaller than this desk and it isn't quite as like bulky. It's a little bit more slim, so it has a lot more space like underneath, and like there's a lot more I could do with it like space wise, right? It's also a standing desk, which should be nice because then if I don't have a chair, that's even more space I'm saving, right?
Yeah, standing is great.
Right? It's adjustable, so maybe I will get a chair still, just that way I'm not always standing. But we'll see.
Hmm.
We'll see. I like I'll have the option, right? And I got a huge sale in it for Prime Day, so can't complain there.
Yeah, standing desk sounds great.
Yeah, yeah. But there's lots of plans that I have. I'm real excited to move forward towards school, towards moving out, towards getting a car, going to counseling, a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah, that's all. I'm glad you're excited about all those things. Like it's a lot of it is perspective and attitude. We it's it's a lot of what you know shapes our life. It's not just the things we do, but also how we choose to look at those things.
Yeah, like I've always tried to be, very like optimistic, very positive. Of course, everybody has like low points, right? I'm not gonna say that like I'm gonna be positive 100% of the time, happy 100% of the time, right? But I feel like a lot of it is a choice, right? You could have a bad situation and you can be sad about it, but you're the one that's going to choose to continue being sad about it, like after the initial, like I guess, feelings of it, or you're the one going to be the one that chooses to better yourself, better the situation, kind of like focus on other things, right?
Right. Yeah, I think something crucial for me is thinking about the things I can control and focusing on those things. And by doing that, I will, you know, I'll be happy with my direction or what I choose to do because, I'm not dismissing it or avoiding it because I'm saying it's not within my control or I can't do this. It's like focusing on the things we can do, which is good. Anyway,
Yeah, I feel like
how's
uh
what were you gonna
okay,
say?
what was I was gonna kind of go off of your point, but
Go for it.
okay, I was gonna say like I also think that that's a thing that people do a lot that kind of brings them down is like either comparing or kind of downplaying themselves, if that makes sense, right? Like being like too hard on themselves. I think that people need to kind of give themselves credit and try not to compare themselves too much because everybody's situation is a little different. You can't expect to, you know, be exactly like somebody else if somebody else is like succeeding and you're not, right? They have different circumstances, you have different circumstances. They have their own problems, you have your own problems, right? You don't know how much they've struggled. And I feel like if you ever feel like, you're behind or if you're, that's something that bothers you, because it bothers me sometimes too. I'm not gonna lie. I think I look at my friends, I look at people that I know, how they're doing. But you got to remember, everybody kind of has their own speed, right? Everybody kind of has their own like time to do things. So that's kind of what I think about, at least for me, is that you know, it's not the same, right? I have my own speed, I have my own journey. I'm gonna get there. I think that what matters is that you just never stop, right? You just keep moving towards that goal that you have. You know?
Yeah, I think that's a great point you made. It's a lot about focusing on your own pace instead of everybody else's.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But what was that thing you were gonna say? Because I don't want to forget about it.
Oh, I just to reiterate, I guess I was just saying that like kind of, and it kind of builds off of what we're talking about. Just focusing on things we can control and choosing to focus on that will lead to better perception and uh, better outcomes, essentially, and how you can feel about something, what you could do, and just being like, well, um, I did the best with what I know and with what I could control, and there's no shame in that, which is beautiful.
Yeah, I think that's kind of something that helps me. Hopefully, it'll be something that helps other people as well if they come across this. They're in like a similar situation, right? Uh,
Right.
you know, I think that a lot of people kind of struggle with those sort of things. So it's always good to kind of find something to help you.
Yeah, it is. Um, yeah,
I
it's
think
always good to do that.
Yeah, I think that's a good point to stop right now. I believe we have an ad coming up here, so
Oh
we
boy.
will. I know, exciting, right? So we're going to come back right after the ad. All right.
This podcast is sponsored by Amanda Redwine, your no nonsense talk therapist and parent coach. Serving individuals and couples in both Illinois and Florida for counseling/therapy, as well as worldwide for parent coaching. Amanda's specialty is working with teens and young adults, as well as their family systems. Amanda has extensive experience working with youth who identify on the LGBTQIA+ spectrum. She has also done couples work based on a foundation of the Gottman method. She brings a light, no-nonsense approach to treatment that is approachable and empathetic. She is unflappable and makes her clients comfortable from the very beginning. Find out more at www.amandaredwine.com. That's AmandaRedwine.com. Thank you again for sponsoring this episode, and back to the show.
All right. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed our ads.
Yay.
Yay, ads.
Yay, ads.
Kael's gonna be so excited. Oh my god, Kat just replied to me.
Oh, nice.
Let
Do
me
you
see
want to
what
speak?
Okay, let me stop the recording real quick.
Okay.
All right, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that thrilling ad break. We have a little bit of a surprise. So Max had to leave, but don't worry, guys. We got the one and only Kateryna here.
It's me.
It's her, and let me tell you, oh man, exciting. very, very exciting.
We planned
So
for like 8 hours before this on what to talk about. Like just
oof,
pure talking before the podcast, getting ready to be talking.
that's
So
yeah. Well,
get ready for not winging it.
if you think about it, this episode has been, over a week in the making. I wouldn't say that whole week we were we were talking about this, but we've talked about it a couple times over a week, right?
It was casually mentioned one time at least a week ago. So
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so I would say in terms of preparation, you can expect whatever you want. I'm just saying you're gonna get what you're gonna get. But let me tell you, Kat has something very exciting to tell us about a World of Warcraft expansion. How are you
God,
gonna
no, I
do
didn't
that?
think you were gonna. I did that as a joke because nobody cared.
I
I don't
care.
know. I
care,
mean,
Kat.
the new World of Warcraft expansion is coming out, and I'm new to the game, and so this is my first expansion released. It's called The War Within, and I'm gonna be playing. But I just gotta say, something the people might actually care about. You don't need to know about the details of a World of Warcraft expansion. I barely know. It's weird. Blizzard is devious, absolutely devious for releasing an expansion like a week after most of the world starts school. Do you not know who the majority of your player base is? It's college kids, okay? It's fucking I got
True.
it's a surprising number of 50-year-old men, but it's college kids for the most part. Okay? What are we doing releasing an expansion right when we're all supposed to be like focusing and paying attention? Like you couldn't you release these every few years. You couldn't release that fucking at the beginning of summer. What do you? I don't know. I think that is not a smart business decision. And instead of like a business man, a business strategist at the head of their department there, I think they've just got a little gremlin who is dedicated to uh, bad decisions and sexual assault and harassment.
Well, okay.
Because
Well,
that's
I heard
just
enough
well,
about this.
that's just the Blizzard
I've
Activision
heard
way,
enough
baby.
about this from Kael. I don't think we need to get into that part of it.
Oh, you guys have talked about Blizzard Activision before?
I was going to segue into my Blizzard news.
Yeah, you segue
For
like
you.
it's 2008, bestie.
Sometimes I don't always get where you're going with, the things you say, but of
No,
course, I got you, bestie.
segues were like a big thing. That they were like popular with all the tech companies like Activision Blizzard
I will tell
like
you,
before 2010.
I feel like having and owning a Segway would be really fun, but you really would have to have a very situational kind of
I don't
uh
know why we got rid of the Segway. We just replaced it with the hoverboard, which is the same thing but with no handles, and people fell more.
well, let me tell you, if I ever get a job at a place that's, just big enough to justify having a Segway, I would. I would get a Segway. I would. It's really hard to justify having a Segway.
Yeah, you need like a whole campus. You got to get from place to place.
Exactly, right? And it just does not seem very practical like 90% of the time. That's the problem with a
No,
Segway. It's like it's a good idea, but it's very situational. Like like I would love to have like a Vespa, but when am I going to use a Vespa? Vespa is supposed to be like for
never.
Vespa, I feel is like for like short distance travel. But I live in like Houston, where everything is spread out super far. So it's just not
Mhm.
a it's not a Vespa town, right? Maybe that's
No,
my problem, Kat, is that I just don't live in a Vespa town. That's what
no,
I need to be.
you gotta come to a Vespa town.
That's what I need to do. If I want to
You
be
gotta
a Vespa guy,
come
I
to
gotta
San
go to Vespa town.
Francisco and ride your Vespa up and down all our hills.
Yes, but before we get before I forget about my Blizzard news, um,
Okay.
so me and Kayla talked about this Blizzard thing over and over again.
Okay.
There's one Blizzard game that I really enjoy. I think you know what it is. Kale definitely knows what it is,
Oh yeah.
and
Oh
if
yeah.
you know me, you probably know what it is. But Kale believes that it's wrong for me to enjoy a game by Blizzard because of
Who?
some of the employees' history at the
Well,
company.
he
You
has no
know,
leg to stand on.
you know, I feel like my whole thing is like the game kind of stands on its own, separated from some of the
Yeah.
corporate people involved in it.
And who do we think were the people? Both sides of the sexual harassment cycle were involved with fucking Overwatch and all of their games. I think it's a problem of the people there. You know, it's not like we can just say, "Oh, you worked for a decade on Blizzard's new big project, Overwatch." Oh well, sorry. One of the people who worked on it with you smacked your butt one time, so it would be immoral of me to ever enjoy your life's work. Sorry. Hate to break it to you. I don't know. I feel like if I was in that position, I would still want people to play and enjoy the game. It's the whole point.
Yeah, and obviously I I'm on the right side of history here. I
Oh
get
yeah.
that it was bad. I understand
Oh,
that.
Overwatch will be in the history books, and all of Overwatch's fans will be portrayed in a positive light in the history books for sure.
Okay, well, let's not get into the Overwatch fan base because that's kind of a long discussion. And the Overwatch fan base has not done a very good job representing themselves.
No.
But my Overwatch news is there is a new season coming out on in 4 days. Look at that, very
Oh, they do
soon.
that. They do that shit together.
That's right. Well, when's the Warcraft
Why would
thing?
they? It's in like 4 days.
Is it the 20th?
It's something like that. I don't know. It's in a couple days. Why would they release them at the exact same time? You think if they had overlapping fans, they would want to break that apart? When everyone stopped playing World of Warcraft because it's like the end of an expansion, boom, release release Overwatch. When everyone stops playing Overwatch because the end of the expansion, boom, new Diablo game or something like that. Work it out.
I will tell you, Kat. I think that I don't know 100% what I'm about to say, but in my eyes, I think that most people have like one game like that they dedicate a lot of time to. If it's
I don't
like
know.
a live service game, right?
All my
There are
friends
some
who play WoW
people
play all sorts of other shit. I'm the only one who doesn't.
mm, like whenever it comes to like free to play shooters though, I think most people have like one that they put a lot of time into, and then the other ones kind of are like they play every now and then, or they rarely play, right? For me,
True,
I play
true.
only Overwatch exclusively, and then I will play Apex, and I'll play Fortnite, and I'll play like things like that. But I don't play them nearly as much. I play them like once in a blue moon when I have friends that invite me to it. Like I won't hop on Fortnite or Apex by myself. You know, uh, so I'm assuming for other people, it's kind of a similar thing, right? Where you're gonna put all your time into one thing, you're not gonna want to put your time into everything, right? Especially if you're playing like the competitive version of these games. Because I don't know, I know WoW isn't a like a shooter. It's more like what is it? WoW, is it an MMO?
It's like it has like the MMO.
It's MMO, right? Which
Yeah,
MMOs also are such a huge time sink as well. So like I would find it hard for you to
I feel like they can be, but they're not like
like.
necessarily.
I remember
Like
I
I'm
the
playing more
only
because it's summer, but like during the school year, I play just like an hour a night with my friends.
yeah, because I remember for me, right? I used to play this game called Trove. Have you ever heard of that? Have you ever played it?
I've heard of it, but I never played it.
That was the MMO that like absorbed like all of my time.
Okay.
It came out on Xbox like so many years ago, but I remember uh I'm not sure if you've ever played Xbox, but there's like a section on Xbox that says top free games, right?
Okay.
And for the longest time, the top free game was Roblox. That was the top free game. And then for a portion of time, it was Trove, which was, the game I'm telling you about right now. Like it was like a very very big MMO,
Okay.
like Voxel Box, or what would you call it? Like the art style, like
I have no
Voxel,
idea. I've never seen
something like
it.
that. It's like cubey, like kind of like Minecraft, but like more
Okay.
cubes, more cubes.
More cubes?
More, well, imagine like pixel art, but like 3D pixel art, like that kind of like that type of.
Minecraft.
No, because Minecraft is less cubes. It's like more blocky,
How?
Okay, well, what I'm talking about is like the level of detail with the cubes. Like Minecraft is big cubes. This is like a lot of small cubes. You see what I'm trying to say?
Minecraft is a lot of small cubes.
Well, what are you talking
Every
about?
block is every block is made up of a bunch of little pixels.
Okay, yes, but I'm talking about like actually having a more defined shape because the cubes are smaller. Like, have you ever seen like the Minecraft builds that are like huge and they have a lot of detail because it's a lot of
Yeah.
like the only way you can get a lot of detail, like in terms of like 3D detail, is with a very very big build, right? So just
Yeah.
imagine that,
Okay, that put it.
but
Okay, I got it.
smaller.
I got it. I got it. I got it.
If I knew, I kept saying voxel box, but I don't know if that's the name for it.
I've never heard of that in my life, but maybe I am a bit of an idiot.
I am very forgetful, and I know I've heard the word before, but I cannot remember. But that was the game that I sunk in so many hours, a huge time sink. I would only play that game for a very big portion of the time, right? And then there was a very big
Mhm.
portion of time where it was only Destiny. And now that I have Overwatch, now it's just Overwatch, right? And I feel
Mhm.
like it's really hard to start something new after you've already put so much time into something else, right?
How did you start something new after you've done that?
Well, I usually start something new because I play it when it comes out. Like I played Destiny when it came out. I played Trove when it came out on Xbox, right?
Okay, so when
I
you started Destiny, you were just like, all right, fuck you, Trove, bye.
wait, say again.
So when you started Destiny, you just like gave up on Trove?
I think Destiny was before Trove, but I can't remember too well. But Destiny
Okay, well, so
is
what were you playing when Overwatch came out?
when Overwatch came out, you know what? It's like one of those things where it's like I can't remember before Overwatch, What was before Overwatch?
Oh my
Was
god,
there
I'm not
was
gonna say
there
that.
before Overwatch? I don't know. That's a
Was
gr- you know
there
that's
anything
a
before Overwatch?
that's a great question.
There was a life.
What are you talking about?
That's kind of over now.
2016 was a good year for me. Overwatch came out, my favorite game. I got a girlfriend that year, which lasted a decent while, so
Whoa,
that was good.
those happened at the same time.
Exactly.
I thought Overwatch would have replaced the girlfriend. What the
Think
hell?
think about this, right? In March, Overwatch comes out, right? I played it during what's it called, the beta. So I was playing it probably a couple months before March, and then November I get a girlfriend. Explain that to me, And I
I
believe
cannot.
I don't wanna say anything, right? But around that time, I did just hit Masters in Overwatch. So explain, you know what I mean? Like
She
correlation,
could smell
maybe.
it. She could smell it.
Yeah, yeah. Because of course, I'm not gonna like flex on her because I didn't want her to feel bad. But she
Oh yeah,
probably
in case
she
she's
could probably
like,
tell.
really low ranked or whatever.
Yeah, 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 of course, of course. Like I didn't want her to like feel like
No, that
she
makes
wasn't
sense.
good
That makes
enough
sense.
because I was master. You know, I didn't want her to feel that way. You get it. You
Relatable.
understand.
Uh-huh.
Hmm. Yeah, but the same year. So I can't remember what happened. What games I was playing pre Overwatch. It's kind of hard to think that far back. I know that Destiny was a big one that I was playing for a long time. I played Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. But the thing about Destiny is because it's more of a PvE game, there is a PvP in Destiny, but the PvP isn't as in depth, right? It's just kind of like one part of the game, right? Because Destiny is very PvE, and I played it so much, they weren't updating it fast enough for me to continue to stay interested, right? So
That makes sense.
I would play the new update or the new DLC. I'd play it so much, so early on, and then I would have like a big period of time where I'd have to wait until they kind of updated it, right? Also, games like Destiny had I think Warcraft might have this too, where they have like a weekly kind of limit on certain things,
Yeah.
right? So, for example, you can only do the raid once per week and get the rewards per character, right? So
Yeah.
I would do the raid at the start of the week. I
Same.
would get all my stuff done on like a Tuesday or whatever the reset day was, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would come back. I'd log in on Thursday because that's whenever the shops reset. And then for the other amount of time, I would just be playing other games, right?
Mm-hmm.
But with Overwatch was one of those games where because it's only PvP, like,
You
and
can
the
always just
PvP is
play.
like very fleshed out. Like you never like run out of PvP. You always have PvP. So like Overwatch that's the reason why I think Overwatch really stuck compared to how Destiny and Trove did, because Trove had the resets, so I would play it like more towards the beginning of the week and a little bit less towards the later part of the week. Same thing with Destiny, right? But Overwatch, I was very into, very very into.
That makes sense.
Uh,
Those stupid games having like anti-addiction measures, and then fucking the Chad Overwatch just being like, get addicted to us now. You're just
also
like,
people,
yes, sir.
a
Overwatch,
lot of
sir.
people got really mad at Overwatch for like the gambling stuff, because it had loot boxes and people said loot boxes were like gambling or whatever.
Who cares? Welcome to America. I love children gambling.
Let me tell you, Kateryna, that those loot boxes, I miss them. I do. They were so. They felt so good. You know what I mean?
Exactly. The children yearn for the mines and gambling, the gambling halls.
The children yearn for the mines. Yeah, because like there's like loot boxes in several games, right? There's like loot boxes in like some of the Call of Duty games. There's loot boxes in Apex Legends. That's like the one, like the big one, I think that still has loot boxes, right? But like in Call of Duty and in Apex Legends, I felt like the loot boxes are so much worse. Overwatch had such a good loot box system, and now we lost it because
Oh man, loot
this
boxes are gambling. Blah blah blah. It forms bad mental health patterns in children. Well, have you considered that these are really good loot boxes, and that we kind of nailed it?
they did nail it. They did. Okay, I'm not okay. This is not even a bit. It was such good loot
This
boxes.
is not even a bit. I gotta fill the Cal Clugston role on the show. Okay.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. You'll be the Kel Clugston. You know, you can be incredibly influential
I don't
just
know
for
if I
this.
can get my voice that high though.
Yeah, I know he's a little pitchy, isn't he? God,
A little bit.
just a little bit. Yeah, but
Look,
I
I'm a little
feel
bit itchy. I'm sick as hell.
yeah. But let me tell you a tiny bit about what I'm excited about for this new season. Right? Obviously, there's a new battle pass and stuff, which means more cosmetics.
Obviously,
Right?
of course.
But uh Overwatch is like a hero shooter, right? So like the characters are like the content, kind of, right?
Uh huh.
Like for World of Warcraft, maybe you got some like new missions, you got some new areas to explore, you got some new things to do, right? For
Yeah.
Overwatch, the only real thing they can add is either new game modes, new maps, or new people to play, right? And this new season, I think they're adding a new game mode called Clash. So that's gonna be pretty exciting. I'll have to see how it works. I'll have to see if I like it.
Mhm.
um, and then they're also adding they're adding new maps with the new game mode. Obviously, you can't have a new game mode but no maps for it, right? That'd be silly.
That
Uh,
would be silly.
like they'd be like, "Hey, new game mode, but we can't show it to you because we don't got a map for it." That'd be a little silly. But there's also a new character, which I believe brings the character count up to like 40 or 41. lot of characters. If you ever want to get into Overwatch, I'm sure
I don't.
one of one of the characters will really pop out at you.
My friend's already trying to get me into League of Legends.
I'll tell you what. Ignore those friends. Get into Overwatch. Say screw you. I already have one friend who wants to play Overwatch with me. Say that. That's your script. Give that to them.
Yeah, but one of them's a cute boy.
I'm a cute boy. What's the difference?
Okay, that's true.
Yeah, like did you forget about that?
I mean,
Who's cuter? You can be honest. This is an honest podcast. Feel
who's
free to hurt
cuter?
his feelings if you really need to.
I gotta say, you're cuter.
See, exactly. That's
But
what I.
also, but also,
But also, there's always a but also.
no, but also, this cute boy appears to be interested. I don't know.
Appears to be interested. You don't even know.
Me,
Like I would.
I'm pretty sure.
You're pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm interested in playing some Overwatch with you. Is that how it works?
Fucking got my ass. Okay.
Is it because I'm a master's? Is that what's throwing you off? Like I said,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm scared.
you see, that's why I didn't tell my last girlfriend because I knew that she would have a similar reaction. It's all right though. You can trust me. It's okay. You know, you you're gonna do great. You're gonna do great things. I can already tell.
Okay, who do I play?
Who do you play? Well, do you know any of the Overwatch characters? Like, if I was to actually
I
name any.
know two,
Okay, well, I'm gonna name one.
three.
I'm gonna name an Overwatch character. I would say this is probably one
I know
of
three
the.
of their names just from the culture.
This is a character that a lot of females really enjoy to play. Probably the one of the most popular characters in all of Overwatch, and it's one of the easier characters to pick up, right? And that's Mercy.
I do know Mercy. A lot of females like to play.
A
Okay, so
lot of females like to play Mercy.
that's why your name is Mercy Danny, right?
I was one of the few cracked male players on Mercy.
Okay. Yeah.
I played Mercy a long time ago, right?
Yeah, a long time
And
ago.
and to all the people who are listening and don't know, all of my Discord and Xbox and Twitch names are Mercy Daddy or Mercy Danny, right? And the reason for that is because back in 2016, I didn't like my Xbox name, and I needed to change it, or I wanted to change it. And my friend suggested, "Hey, what about Mercy Daddy?" And I was like, "Yeah, for sure, Mercy Daddy, right?"
Yeah. Your friend suggested that. You didn't pick that.
It's crazy. It's a friend that I don't talk to anymore, but it's a friend that I
Yeah,
used to
yeah.
play
He goes to a
Overwatch
different
with.
school. Yeah.
Oh my god, Cat, you gotta believe me. Oh my god, you don't.
I'm
It's
sorry. I believe
it's
you. I believe you. I believe you. Mercy Daddy. You got it.
okay. Yeah. So me and my friend, we used to play uh Overwatch together. We and I played a lot of Mercy back then because Mercy at that time was like very good to play. She was
Are you
like a
trying to get a weak
required.
ass character now?
She was a required pick back in the day, right? For almost all ranks. You could win without her, but it's so much easier to win with her. You know what I mean? So that's what I played, and I got to Masters, and I was very good. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, Mercy Daddy. And let me tell you, ever since then, I don't regret it. But there have been a lot of interactions that I've had because of that name. You know how hard it is to explain to people that you don't play Mercy anymore, but your name's Mercy Daddy, so they're like, oh, he must play Mercy. You know, I can't just join looking for group hosts anymore because that's like all they want me to do is play Mercy for them. It doesn't help, Kat, that uh my it doesn't help that I have the most time on Mercy still because I played her so much back in the day whenever I didn't have a job and I only went to school, that in order for me to like pass Mercy in time played, I would have to put so many hours into the game on only one hero. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's But anyways, the point is you should play Overwatch with me. And if you want a hero suggestion, Mercy's a great hero suggestion, you know? Mercy's my most played hero. Mercy's incredibly fun, you know? Lots of nuance. Um pretty simple to pick up. And that's what the girls are playing nowadays, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you say, Kat? Did I convince you? Are you gonna queue with me now? You gonna be in
No.
my Mercy pocket? Oh my
No.
god.
I have school coming up and it's the new expansion. Is that not how we began this?
Yes, I understand that, right? I'm not saying that you need to like grind it with me. I'm just saying like every now and then like hop in for a game or two. You know what I mean? I'm just saying like, hey, maybe install it onto your computer, and one night when I'm like, hey, you want to
It's
hop
free?
on for like an hour? Yes, it's free.
Alright, I'll hop on when you message me late at night, sure.
Yeah. And if it becomes like an everyday thing and you become addicted to it,
What is
you can
that
hop
sound?
into That's fine too. Like I'm okay with that. Like,
Oh yeah. That's totally not your goal.
well, I. Anyways, I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be great.
Okay. I'm
I'm
surprised.
sorry.
I mentioned the World of Warcraft thing as a joke, but we've been chatting for 30 minutes.
You see, Kat. What did I say? I said we were going to wing it. We totally
Oh,
planned this.
that's incredible. You were fucking right. We've just been chatting, and you only brought up your ex once. That's insane.
Okay, well, okay, Kat. like people are gonna think that whenever I talk to you, well, actually, you know what? Now that I think
Oh
about it,
no! Oh no! We can't have people getting the right idea.
okay. Oh my god, I forget how much I talk to you, Kat. It's different, Kat. I swear. These last couple of weeks, I've been so much better. Well, this last like month or two, it's been so much better.
Mm-hmm.
We need to catch up a little bit because I feel like I need to tell you other things that way you
I
don't
don't
just
associate that with you anymore.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. Also, just straight up, just outing me, crazy, wild, on my
Sorry.
podcast too.
Come on, this is Kael's podcast. I'm only doing what he would have wanted.
Well, I'm highly successful. I feel like I as part it was
Yeah,
half my idea.
he's not even here. He always tells me I'm not highly successful when I try and do it with him. So, fucking, I'm incredibly influential.
Well, yeah, you can be incredibly influential. You don't gotta be incredibly like rude. Calm down, all right? Like, God, just.
I'm sorry. Take back.
I only brought my ex up because I of the 2016 thing and like the bit that I don't remember anything before, and I kind of don't remember anything before. That's not even really a bit. That was kind of the truth. I can't remember before Overwatch.
Oh damn! No
Games
wonder you
come and
brought
go.
her up so much. You were just like, this is 4/5 of my life.
Yeah, well, at the time, it was. Well, let's not get into this right now.
You said,
You know,
Bestie, you just said let's catch up, as if this isn't what we do when we catch up.
okay, yes, I get that, but like, there's other things going on in my life. Let's not just talk about that, right?
What's the other thing going on in your life?
Oh
New
well, you
Overwatch?
know what? You weren't here for the first half, so I'll talk about it a little bit. My birthday happened yesterday.
Of course. Happy birthday.
Yes, thank you again. And I had a really fun time yesterday. We went to go do hibachi, and I got a few gifts.
Okay.
Um, and I'm going to have a party in a week or in like a week and a half, right?
Okay.
It's gonna be like a shared party between me and my adopted brother because his birthday is today. We have our birthdays right next to each other.
Okay.
And it should be fun. It's like a little pool party, and if you want, I could shoot you over an invite, but you got to RSVP though, because we need to know if we need to know who can make
Yeah.
it.
No. No, Texas is not too far. I'll be there.
All right, cool. I'll add you on the list. I just wanted to make sure. We gotta make sure we know how much food to have.
Yeah, any
You,
excuse to get new swimsuit, honestly.
any excuse to get food? Is that what you said?
To get a new swimsuit. I'll be going out shopping, and if anyone is like, oh, more shopping, I'll just be like, birthday party, pool party coming up, gotta be there.
You know what?
Next
Yeah,
week when they
of
ask me how
course.
was it, I'll say it was in Texas. It was pretty far, but this new bikini is really cute. So
You know what?
I
And
see
we're
it as a
starting
win.
it a little past noon, so it'll be like perfect temperature for like swimming.
Oh, incredible! And it'll give me lots
Yeah,
of time to get there. I can just like
yeah,
leave in the morning, and I'll be there by noon.
perfect. We're gonna have like a volleyball. We're gonna have like a little football. We're gonna like it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have pool games.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
sure.
And when it's over, can you just I'll just like scrunch up in a ball, and can you just throw me back to San Francisco?
Yeah, I've been working on my
Okay.
like serve, so I think I'll be good.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? That would have been a perfect thing to talk about. I don't know why I completely forgot about that. I've
Oh,
been going to play volleyball like every single week recently with like my family, and I'm kind of getting a little good at it.
that's so interesting. Tell me more.
Well, I don't I really don't know what to say about it, but like I go on Fridays and sometimes Sundays, sometimes both, right? And the way it works is that it's a so my aunt told me about it, but there is these two people, and what they do is they rent out 2 to 3 courts, and they host like the open courts for people who want to join and come and play volleyball, right?
Of
and
course.
they and they do it on Fridays and Sundays, and to my knowledge I think that's the only days, right? So I go with my aunt and with my brother and my sister, my brother's girlfriend, my adopted brother, right? We go as like a big group, and we all play volleyball. Sometimes we have some other people that
Wow.
we also invite, but
You,
it's like they host it for free, and we just play volleyball. It's a good time. And
you just say my adopted brother like that?
yeah,
Okay.
well, to be honest, we never really got the terminology down, because he is a family friend who is pretty much my brother at this point, but he's not like officially
Oh,
adopted, right? I just call him my brother, but I feel like it's weird to call him just like my regular brother, because he's not really my regular brother, right? So I don't
oh,
really know.
okay.
I,
I was
I
like,
guess I could just
if it
call
was
him
that's
my
adopted
brother.
from birth, I was like, that's crazy to say my adopted brother.
No. That's why I'm saying, like, he's like unofficially kind of my adopted brother, but
Okay.
he's more of like a family friend. Uh, but like I
Okay.
said, me and him are like close enough to where he's pretty much my brother now. I you know
Okay,
I,
but he's just a family friend, so like you could hit that if you wanted to.
Yeah, I could have said that, but I see. The thing is, I adopted him. That's the thing. I adopted him as my
Okay.
brother.
So you could
Yeah.
hit that. Okay.
Wait, what did you say?
What? I'm, I said, I said that's so sweet.
You know, I
That's what I
I like
said.
I like women.
What?
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry this is a
What?
surprise.
No, what are you talking about? What?
I just wanted to bring that up randomly.
I thought brothers hit each other all the time. What the hell are you talking about, Danny? What?
I don't know what we're talking about. Okay, you're confusing me. Why am I being gaslit right here?
I'm sorry. I'm being rude.
I'm being gaslit is what's
But
happening.
but at least I'm not the one who says my adopted brother about my adopted brother.
Well, I call my sister instead of my stepsister. I figured that one out.
Okay,
After a
good.
while.
So you're not hitting that because I feel like if you were, you'd
Oh
really be
my
clear. My
god.
stepsister.
I don't. I feel like if I said stepsister, that wouldn't imply that I'm hitting that. I just want you to know that, right? That's not what that means.
Yeah, but if you were hitting that, you would be extra clear that it's your stepsister.
Like, I
You'd be like, "Hey everyone,
suppose.
this is my stepsister."
Okay, well, that feels a little too. That feels a little too on the nose.
She is my stepsister and not biologically related to me.
Okay, why would I need to mention that though? I feel like the more
If you were hitting that,
I know, but I feel like the more you say it, the more you kind of like imply something. You
yeah,
see, you see.
but people are gonna find out either way, and you'd rather them be under the impression she's your stepsister. I mean, maybe if you were hitting it on your real sister, you could just imply that she's your stepsister kind of subtly, and so people would just think you're like cool. I don't know.
So tell me, Kat, um, does this type of thing like interest
No,
you? Like, is this
no,
the type of stuff that like you think about a
no,
lot?
no,
I'm just asking. I'm just curious. I want to know more about you. You know?
no, no,
No? Like just like a
no.
sudden, like this is like a sudden kind of like interest of yours in like just more recently.
Well, you see, it was fun when I was making you uncomfortable.
Oh, okay. I see how this works. I understand now. So
But
it's
now this is
just
bullying. Now this is bullying. So you gotta stop.
you're right. I that's my bad. You know, what was I thinking of trying to like ask you a question?
Yeah, on a podcast, no less. What the hell?
That's wild. That's really my bad. You know,
It's kind of rude.
I need to think about my like I need to think about this, you
Think
know,
about your
after the
etiquette.
podcast. Yeah. Yeah, but I sometimes I call him my family friend, sometimes I call him my adopted brother,
Uh-huh.
sometimes I call him my brother. The problem, like I said, the problem is for me, I feel like there's not like a perfect title that I can give him, right?
Uh-huh.
Because my brother is like my brother, right? He's like my, you know, he's my actual, you know, like from you know birth, my brother, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And I feel like I don't know if my family friend, I would call him my brother because I'm like I don't feel like as close to him as I do with my other brother, my brother, right?
Uh-huh.
But I feel like family friend kind of is like downplaying it a little bit, right?
Uh-huh.
So I want a title that kind of conveys that he's like really close to me, but not as close as like my brother, but like almost as close as my brother. You see what I mean? You see where I'm getting at?
I see what you're getting at.
Right? I feel like it's just like what like the name, what the title implies in terms of like closeness, you know? But maybe I just think about it too much. Hmm. Yes. But just for the record, I'm not hitting anybody up. No, nobody up. What about you, Kat? Are you hitting anybody up recently?
Uh, I'm just married to the grind, baby.
You know, no girls, no cute boys, you know?
I've got plenty. Uh, I've got a wonderful girlfriend
You got a wonderful girlfriend and a cute boy.
and a
I'm
cute
confused
boy.
I'm confused how that works, you know? So
It's complicated.
oh, well, let's talk about it. You know, it's a podcast, right?
Uh, it's let's not.
Let's not.
No.
No, not even. Okay, I guess we'll just leave it. It's complicated. I'm sorry. You know, our listeners. You know, I tried. I really did.
Uh,
Uh,
Girls have fun,
girls have fun. I want to have fun too, but I guess guys don't have fun. It's just the girls. That's see. I'm so curious, but maybe I'll talk to you about it later.
Sure.
Sure. Okay, well, do you have anything else that you'd like to talk about here? You know, I feel like we could probably go on a little bit longer, but maybe not too much longer.
I feel like we've covered everything important. I mean,
Yes, we
what more
talked.
is there to life?
Yeah, we have like
And
no
Blizzard
theme for this
Activision,
episode,
they're going
which
and
is
their
like
goings on.
yes, I like how this episode does not have a theme at all. I tried to make my birthday like a part of both segments, but it was a little bit more brief in this segment because I didn't want that to just like repeat myself for the people that listen to the first half too much, you know. But I think that we did a good job, you know, talking about different things. To be honest, this is all I'm winging this all. No script here, believe it or not. Believe it or not, no script. But now that we are coming to the end of the podcast, there is one final thing that we need to do, right? Uh, and do you have anything prepared for this segment, Kat? Are you ready? Me too. So for this segment, we're gonna do a big red button, right? And before I make something up, let me see if Kat has anything prepared.
Oh my god, I was on mute. I'm sorry.
So you know how I just
I was
said me
responding,
too
and you were
right
just
after?
like weird champing me. I'm like, what the hell? I'm responding totally normally. Yeah, I was on mute. I'm sorry.
You see, like you were completely silent, and I said me too, like because I was like, did you didn't notice that?
I did, but I was wondering why you were doing that.
I waited like a long time,
I'm
no
sorry.
response, and I'm just like me
I'm
too.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Uh, yeah, but you have something prepared. You have any suggestions?
Danny,
Cat.
will you push the button? You can bring one person back from the dead, and they live
Yeah.
25 more years, but your
Okay.
lifespan is reduced by 5 years. Will you press the button?
By 5 years?
Uh huh.
Well, this is really one of those situations where it's like it would be helpful to know how long my lifespan is. Type of deal, right?
You don't know. Maybe you got 70 more years. Maybe you got 6.
Yeah, I feel like 25 for 5 still sounds like a pretty good deal though, so I think I'd take it, right?
Okay, okay. And who would you bring back?
Well, Kat,
Sorry,
I
sorry.
don't
This is just what's on the website.
I don't want to get
I'm sorry, Danny. I'm
into
sorry.
my personal
Right. You would bring back Joe Biden. Thank you very much.
I know who I would bring back, but
I know who you would bring back. I'm sorry.
I have a couple of different people that I would like to bring back, but I know if I only had one choice who I'd bring back.
Yep, you'd bring back Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
Yep, I think we need some more MJ in our lives. Anyways, what about you,
Right.
Kat? You know,
Would I bring back and they get to live 25 more years?
well, would you press the button first?
I would probably press the button and I would bring back, I don't know, maybe my grandma. She'd probably set some sort of record for age.
Yeah, I don't know how long she lived, but 25 plus, a big number is a bigger number. That's true.
Yep.
Turns out, you add 25 to a number, it gets bigger. Turns out. Write this down.
Um,
Well,
Honestly, though, I don't think I would take it because I can't think of who I would really want to bring back.
wow, you're really just throwing your grandma under the bus there. That's crazy.
I
She was
mean,
looking
she
up
lived a
saying,
long,
"Oh
good
man,
life, you
oh
know?
my god." Well, of
I
course,
don't even
now she
know if
lived
she'd
a long,
want
good
that.
life.
No, but I mean, if you bring back a young person, they're like living like, whatever, have a normal life. But if you bring
Living
back an
like
old
Larry.
person, she was already in like a lot of discomfort and pain from all the stuff related to her age. That's not going to get better in 23 years, you know?
Well, I suppose not, but you know that 100% for sure that she's not going to die for 25 years. So whatever
But that's
she got going on.
torture. I don't know. Maybe I'd bring back my birth mom. That'd be cool. Say what's up to
Yeah.
her.
Say what's up? What's up?
Although she's been dead for uh, like 21 years, so that might be a little bit awkward. Maybe a little bit weird.
A
Being
little
like,
strange.
it's been a minute since I've seen you.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, interesting. I think that we have time for one more because that felt like a little bit of a short one. You got one more for us, Kat?
Oh my god. Okay, well, I'm not clever, so let's see what the website makes.
Yes, use the website if you want to. I think that that was a little bit of a short one. So let's just do one more and we can close it out.
Okay, let's see. Oh my god, you get $20,000, but there's a 50% chance you lose one of your thumbs.
Oof.
I will not. What? That is such a small amount of money for that.
Well, okay. I think I agree with you. I wouldn't do it, but hypothetically, Kat, let's talk about this for a second. What amount of money would be enough for you to take
None.
this?
I want thumbs.
Okay, but hear me out. Hear me out. Is there has to be a number, right? There has to be a number.
50 dodecatillion.
Okay, well, I don't want to be that guy, but I think that sounds like a made up number. I feel like part of that sounds
That's a
right,
real
but
number.
okay, say it one more time just to make sure you remember the number.
50. What the fuck? 50 dodecatillion.
Dodecatillion?
Yeah.
Okay, I know what a dodecahedron is, right? So I'm kind of I feel like it could be true because I know dodecahedron's a real thing. But is dodeca is what's it called? It's like, let me try to think of this. It's 12. Was dodeca a 12-sided shape, or is it a 20-sided shape? No,
I
it's
don't
20,
know.
right? It's 20-sided.
That's probably not a real thing. I probably just made
But
that
I
up
don't.
based
But I
on
don't.
all those
I
big numbers.
don't think that numbers work that way though.
Well, a gorillion. How about that?
because wait, say it again. Say it again.
A gorillion.
Okay, so
A
you would.
Brazilian. I don't know.
So you're a Brazilian. Okay, so you would take a made up real amount of money.
A decillion. I don't know.
Okay, so that's like the first one you said that I believe is a real number.
Kill yourself.
Wow, you're just like Kael. It's like it's a mirror.
I'm telling you, I'm trying to be like Kel.
Well, stop it. Be yourself. Be yourself, bestie.
Aw. I wonder if Kel's even gonna listen to this.
I don't know. But he should. He should have to listen to all this. I want him to be really informed about all the great news we were talking about. But I think kind of I think there's probably a big enough number that I would take to take a chance, a 50% chance of losing one of my thumbs, right? And that number is probably somewhere in the billions, I would say. Maybe like the thing, because what I'm thinking, right, is get enough money, you fund, or you continue funding, because I'm pretty sure it's already, people have already started funding, right? Like just really, really advanced like prosthetics, right?
Uh huh.
And then you get robot thumb.
I don't want a robot
Um,
thumb. I want my
I
thumb.
become I become a cyborg. But just like it's the thing about it, right? Is like you're not losing like a whole arm, right? You're just losing one thumb. And I feel like it'd be a lot easier to replace one thumb than it would be to replace like a whole arm, right? It
I
has to
don't
be.
want to replace a thumb though. I don't care that much about money.
Well, if you think about this, right, Kat? Right? You know, you can do like whatever you want for the rest of your life. You don't gotta ever worry about money. Because here's the thing, I get whenever people say, you don't need money to be happy, right? But you do need money for like a lot of other things. So wouldn't it be nice to like not have to worry about all those other things? And that way you could just focus on the other things that make you happy. You know? And think about it
No,
this way, Kat, right? There's still a 50% chance you get to keep your thumb afterwards, right?
I don't
It's
want.
only
I don't want to lose a thumb.
that's a coin cost, right? I could say heads or tails right now. You could win that coin cost.
Okay, fine. Flip a coin.
Okay, heads. She takes the deal. What's it called?
No, heads. I lose my thumb. Tails. I don't.
Okay, heads or tails.
Tails.
Okay, let's flip it. Look at that. See, tails. You get to keep your thumb.
Well, too bad I didn't take the deal.
That's too bad. That's too bad. That's
I could have
20
had one.
duo
I could have had $1
trillion.
bazillion.
Look. You see, you gotta make it sound like a real number, right? Like, cause how about you could have one? I want one Googleplex
Okay.
worth of money. How about that?
Oh, sure. That's the number that everyone thought was big. That all the kids in summer school,
Well, it is a
or
big
camp
number.
school. What the hell? I never went to summer school.
Do you know how big a Googleplex is?
It's a fucking. It's one with a Google zeros at the end.
Yeah, but you know how many like how big of a number a Google is?
It's a lot. It's with a million zeros.
No, I think it's I'm not sure if is it a million zeros?
You don't even know. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, you know what? I'm getting
I'm
tired of
sorry.
this attitude that you're
Kale's
having right
infecting me. I'm
now. No,
sorry.
no, 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 no. Silence for a second. I'm getting tired of this attitude. We
Listen.
gotta figure this out, Kat. All right, what's going on? You know what? I'm gonna turn off the podcast. We're gonna have like a therapy session after this. We gotta figure out what's going on with you. Okay,
I
but we'll
promise. I'm just trying to emulate Kale.
we'll figure that out. But let's finish the podcast real quick, and then we can figure out all this afterwards.
Okay. I'm sorry.
But I think this is a good stopping point here. All right. Thank you for listening and sticking around to this. It's a little bit of a long episode.
Sorry about
And
that. We gotta go.
I hope you enjoyed your break from Kale. I know I did, even though
Mercy
Kat
Daddy is
over
mad.
here. Kat, I thought this was gonna be so much fun. We weren't gonna have to deal with Kale shenanigans. But you're kind of ruining that for me a little bit. Just a tiny bit.
Wait, are you really
Anyway.
upset? I'm gonna cry.
No. Okay, let's finish this real quick, and then we'll talk. Okay. Anyways,
Okay.
thank you for sticking around to the incredibly influential and highly successful podcast. I was highly successful, and this is Kat. She was very influential this episode.
Okay,
So
thank you.
influential. She incredibly so.
Thank you.
And let us know in the comments if you want her to replace Kale. If one of you says yes, then we'll have to do it. So in the comments. All right.
Please, I'm begging you.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Bye.